Hello, everyone. Susan Gerbeck from Psychics Explain. If you're watching the playlist in the correct order, this is the second video in my series of Susanne Wilson and Operation Banana Cream Pie. And she is the carefree medium. So if you're watching this video and it is private or unlisted, please do not share it. I have no idea yet if this video will be released at all or soon or what. So this is for informational purposes for potentially a sting Operation Banana Cream Pie that I will be doing. All the information about Susanne is on the first video, which is an overview, intro to Susanne Wilson, target for Operation Banana Cream Pie. You will see a playlist. So as promised, I'm going to go through the different hot reading examples that I know I have evidence for. As a reminder, please do not contact the woman that you will see in this video. I have blurred out her last name. I have pixelated her face, but it's findable. And I know it's findable because the reading's public. So it's on the Helping Parents Heal site. You can find it if you wanted to. It was recorded in December of 2024. And it's always important to have the dates on these so that we have an idea of when the person makes the posts on Facebook or wherever on social media, we know what came first, the video or the post on social media. So it is important for I put that in there. You will not convince this mother in a month of Sundays that she is not in contact with her daughter. So don't try. Please don't bother these sitters. It's not a good idea, and it's only going to hurt them, and it's traumatic for them. So please don't. These people are in grief. Give them space. Just leave them alone. So I'm going to show you a video of a reading. It's a 10-minute video, and we'll go through it. I might start and stop, but I'm not going to do a lot of it because I don't want this to be super long. But then again, I tend to be long-winded. I'm unscripted, so of course I'm long-winded. And some of the things I want to make sure that you understand what are hot reading in this video. So if you want to watch this video with pencil and paper and take notes as we go, that might be a really good idea because things come fast and furious at people. Remember, this sitter is a motivated sitter. She badly wants to have this reading. She is willing to, she believes in life after death, and she believes that mediums are in communication with the dead. And she believes Susanne Wilson is going to be somebody who has special powers to be able to communicate, and she's clairvoyant and all that. So she's not looking at this skeptically at all. And the mother is in grief. And I think if it's, let me look real quick. I think this woman, the video was recorded in December 2024. I believe her daughter has been dead 6 months. So it's not a very long time. I believe that the daughter died in, June 2024. So 6 months. So it's not been long for her to deal with this process. She is joined this group, Helping Parents Heal, which is a grief group for people, mostly online, though I think they do meet in person once in a while, that believes in mediumship and signs and life after death, and that they bring in mediums to communicate with the dead. And it's like a fishbowl because everybody's knows each other's business. It's a Facebook group, I believe, private Facebook group. I'm not in it, but I believe Suzanne's in it, so she can easily find people's social media very easily. She may be even Facebook friends with them. I don't know. So, all right. So I'm going to show you this video. Keep in mind that Susanne appears to look like it is she's just throwing it out there to the wind. She's just getting some information, and whoever it resonates with, it resonates with. That's not what's happening. Susanne knows exactly who she is looking for. She's throwing out just enough vagueness so that hopefully the person, and it's a Zoom screen with about 50 names on it, I think 95% women, that person responds and says, that's me. And you'll see there's a little playing back and forth where Susanne throws out some stuff, some information, And a bunch of people hit and say, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. And then she'll finally, Elizabeth, who's the moderator, will finally say, I think it's this one. She's looking at the chat. These people are all chatting to each other during this event. And so then they'll finally single on the person that Susanne wanted to reach in the first place. So they pull them up, and then there's the reading. Now she's pixelated and her last name is blurred, but as I said, it's findable. Please don't bother the woman, all right? I'm not going to keep you from looking it up and going and looking to verify that what I have put out there is accurate. Just as long as you're just looking and not commenting or anything like that, that's fine. But I'm fine with people checking my work. Her Facebook page and all the Facebook pages that I've taken these screenshots from are public, as well as this video.
All right. I have a young lady bugging me right now. And you're going to see me circling. I do circles and I scribble as part of my way to concentrate. Interesting. Okay. She has other older people with her, and she's really into her eye makeup. And I have like a capital A. Either her parent that's here is an A name or she's the A name, and I'm going to have to hear a voice to get more, but very much into her eye makeup. A name for you or your daughter, granddaughter? No, daughter. Okay. And she's pretty.
We have Alicia, no, Asaya, sorry, Autumn, and then Alex.
Okay,
right
so we have 3. Okay, that's not bad.
now. We have a few.
Let me see if I can get some more. All right. And she's showing me, I don't know if you're like been cooking or baking and wrapping things like in tin foil, or why did tin foil? Why are we doing? Maybe she's showing me something, and somebody's been baking and maybe making loaves or something and wrapping them in the aluminum. It's a box of Reynolds wrap. So sometimes I think I need to just be more descriptive than than try to interpret. So either you're cooking and baking and wrapping things in aluminum foil, or maybe you just bought Reynolds wrap at the store or something like that.
So Barb is saying that her daughter has a daughter, Adeline, and she was making brownies tonight. Let's see.
And Lori said her last name is Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's bring both of them on. Let's bring both of them. Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
That would be funny.
I've asked Lori to unmute first. Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Hey, wait,
And then,
Lori, so I can see you.
And then Barb, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the voice. I always need to hear the voice. And just say, hey, hi, my name is, and then I'll hear your voice.
Hi, my name is Lori.
Okay. Have you been in one of my groups before or anything? Okay. Because she's awfully,
I've had other readings, but not
with me though, right?
right.
Okay. She's awfully familiar with me. Like she's, like she knows me, but I don't know her type of thing. Were you not going to be here tonight? And then all of a sudden it worked out. Like I feel like she pushed you in some way.
Well, maybe I always feel like when I get on these, like I never get called, so I kind of hesitated to like, do I want to get on?
Oh, I get you. I get you. So it's like probably I think, if you didn't say her name or type it anywhere, don't say it. Did you already say it though?
I typed it, but it wasn't pronounced right.
Okay. Okay. Does it have an I also, an A and an I? Okay. If you already said it, then the cat's out of the bag. That's cool. And is there like a deep in the heart of Texas, like a Texas thing here, or there's a cowboy hat being shown to me also. Hold on a second. Actually, it's that television show Yellowstone.
I don't know. I live in Kansas, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Well, hang on, because it doesn't always make sense right away.
Okay.
She says she has her friend got a cowboy hat. She's talking about a younger lady, and she's new on the other side. She says, "I'm new here."
Yes.
Yeah, I'm new here. For me, that's usually less than a year.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I want Barb, I want you to stay there too for a second, just in case.
Now, a month out, uh, mm, less than 2 months after she passed, her sister was here, and we all had cowboy hats on because we were at like Dodge City days, like a rodeo.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's more to it than that because she's talking about one particular young lady with her hat. And okay, she would be wearing it again recently. She may be talking about her sister. I don't know, but
Maybe I
trying
posted a
to
picture last week with her wearing it.
Okay, cool. Oh, she says, no, no, nope, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. I'm like, okay, that's
Oh,
all right.
okay.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Bossy this one. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Help me out. And did somebody actually get color on their scalp? Like a tattoo on the head or something? Like we're drawing. Like she's drawing. I feel like she's drawing or something on my head. Um, she's going like this or something. I feel like something's being, I don't know what this means exactly. Like the hand is moving on my head somehow. The finger's moving on my head. What does this mean?
I mean, that I don't know. She did have a little bit of cerebral edema, but I don't know.
Oh, did they want to do something here? Like, wanted, I don't want to be gross. Um,
Not that I'm aware of.
okay, let me ask her what she means. Oh yeah, pin's going crazy now. There's more than one sister for her. And she's talking about the sisters want to do something. They were talking about her hair and doing their hair like hers, and she's laughing, but they didn't do it. There's no way, there's no way in hell. No way in hell. What
That I don't know. So the only
ask
thing I can
ask
associate with her hair is she had an afro. Well, she wore her afro at one time, probably 8 years ago. And my granddaughter, we mentioned afro, and she said, "What is an afro?" And so we were showing her what an afro was. So, but yeah, there's no way in hell that they would wear their hair.
no way in hell is the words. And
Yeah.
she also wants to mention that the folks that are with her, there's a connection there to the Wizard of Oz. For me, that's usually Dorothy.
Yes. So
Okay.
my grandmother is Dorothy,
Okay.
which has crossed,
Yeah.
and my mother's Dortha, and her other grandma is Dorothy, but has not passed.
Uh,
So yes,
well, be sure and give her a hug. The Dortha is still here, you said?
Dortha.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
cool. All
Yes.
right. Be sure and give everybody a hug from her. She said that yes, I heard you. Dorothy got there just before her and scoped out the lay of the land. Like Dorothy, like, she goes over the other side, not too far ahead of your daughter. And she got to be very outgoing. And she's like, Mom, she thinks she's showing me around here. And they're having a good time. They're having a good time. So I will. And she says, it isn't that I didn't try to come to you before. She says, I'm coming into your sleep. I'm coming into your sleep as much as I can. Have you gotten a dream visit already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've gotten a couple, but I actually, the night of her birthday, I swear I felt her lay down beside me.
Oh, that's very
Like,
cool.
and I said, "Oh, you made it." And she said, "Yeah, but I can't stay long." And I said, "Are you happy now?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Did you suffer?" "No." And I was started to wake up, and she says, "I have to go." Um,
So she did it pretty good. What is this shape? Um, just ignore my scribbles. It's something I do.
oh, okay. I'm wondering if you're, hold on. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, whoa. Okay, yeah, she's trying, show us again. She's trying to get me to draw the tat.
Yeah.
Okay, what does it mean?
So that's her star sign, a Leo,
Sweet.
and her rising sign is a Scorpio, and her moon sign is a Libra. So
Got them all.
that's, yep.
You're a cool mom. Well, thank you. She's sitting right next to you, so sit with her. Enjoy. She's here for the meeting. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
I want to hear Barb's voice.
So that seems very comforting and wonderful and all that until you realize that this woman is has been looking at her social media and is just repeating things she's found on her social media account. So let me show you what I've got. I have blurred out most of this, but I left some in because obviously you need to be able to see what, oops, not that one. Pulling them up one at a time. Okay, so let's pull up this first one. So this was posted on, the first thing I'm going to show you was posted on Helping Parents Heal. What they asked for is how do we do a testimonial? That's what it's called, a testimonial. So the person on the right, Susanne, here's a photo of everybody wearing cowboy hats at a country western rodeo something. Here's a close-up of the tattoo, which is the sign for Leo. And then this is the picture. Look at the eyebrows of the daughter. She mentions the eyebrows right off, and that her hair. And also, and here's the testimonial. So this is a testimonial Lori gave from about her daughter, Aisha, Aysia. So she pretty much spelled it. Susanne, she goes, does it have an A? Does it have an I? Does it have a Y or whatever? So as you look through this, you can see she came through. She said the girl's name started with an A, and then she referenced aluminum foil, Reynolds wrap, and my maiden name is Reynolds. She mentioned eye makeup, which my daughter was really good at her makeup, and there was a horseshoe-like drawing. Suzanne did that, resembles my Leo tattoo. I think the cowboy hats were all related to us wearing cowboy hats this summer. She also referenced the Wizard of Oz that had to do with the older woman on her other side, and that would be my grandmother, Dorothy. All right. So here's her obituary in loving memory, and I've blurred out most of it. Now I want you to look at that photo again, because that'll be important in a moment. Look at her hands, her eye makeup, and she will be missed. She's very charismatic. She had a sense of humor. She lives in Dodge City, Kansas, which I think has to do with, if she looked, I thought Dodge City was in Texas, to be honest with you. And I went and looked, and Dodge City's in Kansas. But if Suzanne kind of looked at it quickly and thinking like me that Dodge City was in Texas, especially when she saw all those pictures of people with cowboy hats on, she might have just assumed Texas, Yellowstone or something. So here's her mother, Lori, and the middle, and her maiden name is Reynolds, like Reynolds wrap. And on the obituary, it says maternal grandmother Dorothea Reynolds, paternal grandparents Fred and Dorothy and paternal great grandmother Dorothy Reynolds. So a lot of Dorothy's there. The other thing was that the pose. So what's this? So Susanne was doing this thing with her hand on the back of her head like this. She says, what's this on her? What's this about her hand or her head? And she's rubbing. And I think, and this is me thinking out loud, that she was trying to get Lori to associate the photo of her daughter with her hands like this, with what Susanne was saying about the hand being like that. So now, how could she have known about the tattoo? There's probably many ways of looking at knowing about the tattoo, or it could be, whoops, it could be that she saw this photo of her mom, and you can start to see the Leo, and then that's obviously a Scorpio M on there. Plus, she does know when the daughter died because it's on the obituary. It has the month, and plus it's all over the Facebook page. So going back to photos of, let me show you these. I think I have 4 photos to show you left. So why would she have really made a big deal about her hair and her makeup and tattoos? Something on her face. Here's the daughter. So look at those eyes, look at that makeup, look at those eyebrows, look at that hair. Here's another one. And A on the necklace. Here's another one, very sad. 2 days until I'm 22. It was posted in July of 2023. So now it could very well be the eyebrows are tattooed on. I know that's a thing because almost all the pictures have that on there. I mean, or she just always does her makeup that way. And so I don't know if Susanne might have thought that it was a tattoo or not. And here's one more with the same kind of eyebrows. I mean, that could easily be drawn in, but maybe not. I don't know. So she might have thought it was hair that was tattooed. I mean, eyebrows were tattooed that way or something. I don't know. So going back to a couple more things, let's see. I know darn well what she's doing with the Reynolds wrap. Oh, it's somebody baking cookies. Something about taking aluminum foil in the cookies. I'm thinking, you don't put cookies in aluminum foil. You wrap them in saran wrap or parchment paper or something like that. You don't wrap them in Reynolds wrap. Give me a break. I mean, it was such an obvious, like really, really obvious that I'm surprised that Lori didn't pick up on it. Well, I'm not surprised because Lori's in grief and she believes in life after death, and she believes her daughter's only been dead 6 months. And so she's in grief and she's already had other readings. So she's excited to be called on, and Reynolds is kind of an obvious, right? That it must be for her, because who else would say Reynolds wrap? Reynolds wrap. I mean, my gosh. Susanne says, yeah, she's very familiar. She's very familiar. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, you just looked her up. She's pretty familiar to me too. I spent an hour going through her Facebook page and her mom's Facebook page and the sister's Facebook page and then the obituaries and looking around. So not hard. So she says, did you say her name? And she goes, no, I typed it in the chat, but it was said, but it wasn't said correctly. And then Susanne says, well, the cat's out of the bag now. I'm thinking, why are you, what? Are you worried that somebody's going to call you on the fact that you got the name was somewhere and you got it? I think this woman had a guilty conscience. Well, maybe a little bit, but knows what she's doing. She knows she's hot reading. So she wants to avoid any possibility that she could have gotten this information someplace outside of Facebook. So the cowboy hats, I pointed that out. There is photos of the person on Facebook with cowboy hats. And I love what Lori said. She says, yeah, I just posted a photo of the Moraine cowboy hats. I just posted that a few days ago. And Suzanne's like, oh, no, that's not what we're talking about at all. We're not talking about that. Because she wants to deflect from the fact that, yes, she just said, I posted on Facebook. So to Lori, she's like, no, it's okay. I just want to hear about my daughter and stuff. And Suzanne, who knows darn well what she's doing, is trying to keep it from people figuring out that she looked her up on Facebook and she's looking at photos. My gosh. So she posted last week this photo of her wearing the hat. Okay, the tattoo on the head, like I said, she says, is there a tattoo on her head? And she says, no, there's no tattoo on her head. But as I said, I think that it kind of looks like, especially if you're not spending a lot of time looking at these photos, which you don't need to. When I did this for Mark Edward, when we do hot readings before any of his shows, I would spend less than 10 minutes on each person, less than. And that's all I needed. So I have a feeling that maybe she thought that the way the tattoo, the eyebrows are on and consistently in many different photos, that maybe the daughter had tattooed them on like that and not just, drew them on or painted them on with makeup. I don't know. The hand on the head, more than one sister. Well, yeah, duh, there's lots of sisters. She was always doing stuff with her hair, as you can see with her makeup and her hair. So, okay, Dorothy. Oh, I'm getting Dorothy, which always means to me, no, she goes, I'm getting Wizard of Oz, which always means to me Dorothy. Really? Does the Wizard of Oz always bring Dorothy to you? Always? How about Judy? Why not Judy or Scarecrows or Tin Woodsman or Emerald, the color or the stone? Why aren't those things also, or a rainbow, like over the rainbow? So Dorothy is the thing. So I'm curious if I should watch more of Suzanne's readings, and if something else comes up and she says, oh, I'm getting Wizard of Oz, which always means to me like the emerald stone, emerald, the color green. She's just trying to find a way of taking these things that she's hot read and pulling them out. And as you saw, there's 3 women on that obituary. 3 women. 2 of them have already died, and they're all Dorothy related names. So of course she's going to bring that up. So we know she looked at that obituary. Of course she looked at the obituary. And the obituary, I think it's been a few days, it's been a few weeks actually. I think the obituary was on Lori's Facebook page. I can't quite, or maybe the daughter's, I'm trying to remember, but I do know that it just took me a couple minutes to find it, because the daughter's name is it's not a common name. It's not like Anne or something. It's something else. And so that on top of Reynolds, or the mother's name, Lori Reynolds, found the obituary in a couple minutes. So boom, it's super easy, especially since the last name on the the Zoom screen that I've blurred out, Lori, and then that, easy peasy. I found her really quickly. And this thing about that there's a tattoo. Now, we don't know if she saw the tattoo on the photo that's on her Lori's Facebook page or not, but she also, like I said, knows the date of her daughter's birth, and that the daughter just recently died. And then you can, if you saw the tattoo, you can see it's obviously an astronomical symbol. So, and I can't remember if the photo on her, I think the photo on her Facebook page that shows the tattoo, she's holding the grandkids. So I don't think there's any mention of the tattoo being in remembrance of the girl. But if you go out and have a tattoo made in remembrance of your daughter, just the one daughter, the one who's died, you're probably going to post about it on Facebook somewhere. And I don't remember if I looked for it or if I found it or not. It's not important because it's everything there. And dream visits. So of course, everything that she said was all positive and like, oh, well, she's this and she's there and she's watching over you. And it's just a dream. We dream about those people who we loved, especially a child. Oh my goodness. or a spouse, somebody that you were, or a partner that you were in bed with a lot. And so at night you feel their presence there because it's part of your ritual of going to sleep, and they're there, movements and sounds and so on. But her daughter, I'm sure her daughter, she's getting dreams about her daughter. And so in this world of this mediumship, the helping parents heal, they see that, they see everything as a sign. And dream visits are a big freaking deal. I know, because I've just watched a bunch of lectures by Susanne Wilson talking about dream visits. And it's a constant thing where they talk about. So the mother is just going through a normal grieving process. And she's already, this is at least the second time she's had a reading by a medium in the last 6 months for her daughter. So I don't know. The woman is in grief, and I feel very, very bad for her, watching and reading the Facebook pages and the tributes to the daughter. And your heart breaks for this woman. So it's not her fault. It is her fault for not seeing, how do I say this, beforehand, before it gets to this point where her daughter has died and she's reaching out to a medium, that in the days before this kind of thing happened, that she was in grief, that she didn't have any kind of education probably on psychic mediums and how they prey on people and how anything of the sort. So if you are inoculated of sorts to this information, if you're watching this video, which may or may not be public, or it may be public months from now, I'm recording this on March 3rd, 2025. Educating people about it is mediumship, and how they prey on people and so on is a great way of fighting back this. But this mother, Lori, will never ever see this video, I'm sure. And if she happened to come across it, she's either not going to watch it and not pay any attention to it, because how could you? Or if she does, she may be starting to challenge her beliefs. Maybe something else happened and she did a search on Susanne Wilson and came across this video because she's starting to question. So you and I have no business making that process happen, because it probably won't work, and we're only going to look awful, and it is cruel to do. Take advantage of people in grief, and take advantage of people who are in forcing them to challenge their beliefs. It's not right. And what Suzanne's doing is definitely not right.